Hello and welcome to another edition of the JabJab Show. Yes, as the title of the video is, I'm off work again, and this is because the onset of perhaps what I was feeling back in January, February. Just things happening, the things just. I'm not had a breakdown, but I know much more now than I did then in terms of various things. Basically, I was struggling at work. It's been going for a while. I've got a list here because I'm written down lots of things. Basically, because I'm a scatterbrain at the moment because of things. So I'm off work, anxiety, stress, the same thing, what was said last time, when I went through all the things what was happening with the doctor. I wrote these notes at 2 AM Saturday morning. I woke up and I thought, I'm going to have to do something, because basically I've been off work since Wednesday just gone. I was in work, then I was having mental blocks because of things. Basically, the reasons why I'm feeling this way are more or less the same than that they were early on this year, January time, when I actually did have a breakdown. So basically, I was at work, and the work has slightly changed because of the time of year and so on, and other things as well with work. So work is more, I would say, personally, if anyone watching at work, yes, work is like part of what I'm going through, like part of the reason kind of thing, where initially last time it wasn't, but that was then. This is now, because work thing has changed slightly, and basically things as well. So about 10 or something, and I was just finished off what I was doing, and I was like going to type up notes, and I was having mental block. I was just staring at the screen. I know what I'm doing. What do I do now? What do I, there's something. What do I, I couldn't. I eventually did it, but I was too hesitant on things, and I'm thinking, well, maybe this is how it is. This is a sign of saying like this work right now I can't do properly. And we're going back to say Monday of this week. This is Saturday now. I wanted to phone the doctors up to get an appointment because I can feel myself. I'm having bad days. I'm having good days, or not so bad days, but I'm having a bad day. And Monday was a bad day. Obviously Wednesday a bad day, and so forth. So I thought, why am I having these? Why is this coming back to me? Because basically I'm going off script. I've probably written it somewhere, but I'll make sure. Let's see, reason 1 for, yeah. So what I'm saying, what I've written there, I'll just say I recently had about 4 or 5 weeks or whatever it was off doing anything on YouTube. I just couldn't get motivated. There's things I could have talked about and made videos on, not just about what I'm going through, but in terms of just things happening in the retro game world, video world, film world, whatever. I could have made I could have made things, but I didn't have the motivation. And maybe I should have done a video like this. Maybe I wouldn't have been in this situation. If I did, who knows? Because back in January, February, when I did have the mental breakdown, I did a series of videos regarding how I'm going through, what I've been doing progress wise and things like that. I've been and that helped me. That's helped me externalize things, because I'm going to be a bit later in this video. I don't know how long this video is going to be, but I have set up some things, because I say I got 2 weeks off. There's a couple of things I've set up so far, because I don't want to be sitting around on my ass and just wait. Like I can't just wait for this to kind of disappear kind of thing. I've got to do something to help myself kind of thing, because I wanted to beat this thing to the punch. That's why on the Wednesday I'm going, so bad days, good days, and all the rest of it. I've had too many bad days, I feel. So I thought, right, something's happening here. I don't know what it is. Is it something more than just what was happening last time? The symptoms are the same, some in my head, and I would say, I thought, right, okay, I've got to do something. So Monday I phoned doctors, Couldn't get through. Monday night I got through after work, finished at work at 4, phoned the doctor to say, can I make an appointment for tomorrow night? Told them basically, when I can do it and stuff. So I'll be phone up in the morning. So Tuesday morning, she said, oh no, we booked up for the day. You got to phone up Wednesday morning, tomorrow morning, Wednesday morning. So phone up Wednesday morning, and I had to take, because of work, when I started work, I have to take time a bit off work to, to like go and sneak into the cat. I'll say sneak in, just go into like a thing, so I can go away from my workstation, so to speak, and phone up. They're engaged, and I said, text me Pat and I said, can you make a call? She knew I wanted to make a doctor's appointment. I said, can you give him a call or text him, whatever, to get me an appointment. So we get an appointment, and Wednesday morning. This is Wednesday morning, like I say. I want to make this thing. I want to make this point, so to speak. So Wednesday morning, before I set off to go work and stuff, like everyone, no matter who you are, you have a routine in the morning. Whatever it is, you have a routine. Maybe you make time for breakfast, maybe you don't. Maybe you make time for whatever, things like that. Everyone's got their own routine, and I'm feeling I've got a routine, and it might sound daft to you, but I finished me shower, wash, whatever I was having. And come into bedroom, had some coffee. It was still like it was warm enough to drink, but I had to do something else. So I put it on there, put it on the windowsill to do whatever it was. And I got 2 cats. Might mention it. One of them just legged it up, dived onto the windowsill. They have mad moments. That's probably most cats do. Knocked everything over, coffee, everything. Phone's okay, and obviously within that split second, the cat knew it spilt with coffee, and probably on itself as well. Ran right out again. And I have no patience. I have no filter. Me and partner were in the bedroom. She was doing whatever, and I was doing whatever I was doing. And my son was in the landing, completely within earshot. And I don't swear in front of him. And I'm not going to repeat the words I was saying, but you can understand. I went to town. This cat had already legged it. He's not going to hear me. It's gone. It's gone. It's whirlwind. Just coffee went, legged it off, gone. And I was like, you effing and jeffing. And obviously, if I weren't in this state of mind, I wouldn't. I said, I could have done something. I would have said something else, blow me neck or something, just to make light of the situation. But I've got no filter, It's little things, It's little things that affected me because it was part of my routine in the morning, and that was on my mind. It might sound silly to people, like spilled coffee, whatever. But I knew I couldn't make another one. I always have coffee in the morning before I set off, and it was on my mind. So that was ticking over as well. So maybe Wednesday was a bad day to go to work. But I'm more the person to say, right, if I can physically get to work, I've got motivation enough to go to work, which hadn't been a problem up till then I would go to work. I'll see what I'm like in the morning, kind of thing. I might have a crap night, whatever, for whatever reason, but I'll see what I'm like in the morning. So anyway, went to work, and obviously this in the back of my mind. But here's the thing, I've known since I've come back from work back in February, whatever date it was, with the phase return, all that. I made a video on it, and way back when. I've had to, and I've mentioned this in one of my recent videos, where I think my video where I made some of the VHS tapes I was showing around. I think in the bit when I was outside the door before I came in, I said something along the lines of I've had to rewind my brain, and that's what I've had to do. Various times out of necessity. Since I've been back at work, I've been this mental illness, the reasons for it. I've had to. I don't know if it's a word, but I use it anyway. Compartmentalize things. So if you imagine, I've got compartments in my brain or my mind where I can put things in, like mental illness issues. I'm a father in this little bit. Obviously in a relationship in this bit. All these little bits here that may depend on whatever the importance is and whatever in my life. They're all kind of just put somewhere. And when I'm at work, I've got work here. So I basically get my head down, do the work, and the results I'm getting up until maybe, I've been one of the best in the campaign, whatever. So I can just get my head down and work. It's that kind of work stream where I can do that. It's out of necessity. I know, but I'm also aware while this is happening and stuff. I've used to be more sociable. I used to, not as don't get me wrong, I say hello, goodbye, and how you doing and things like that. But because of the work we do and people do and that, there's no real scope for any deep, meaningful conversations or talking for a while and stuff. Just the work, the type of work it is, it doesn't. You're not able to do that, so I thought, okay, because if you do that, other people do that, but I lose my train of thought if I'm talking and doing something else, and I'm not very good at certainly now, I've never been very good at kind of not so much multitasking, but if I'm doing two separate things that aren't connected in any way, I'll the focus of one thing or maybe both things lose kind of thing. So I'll kind of rewind my brain, so I'm thinking all about work, or just get my head down and do things. Obviously now and again you go for breaks and stuff, but I felt because of what I was doing, it was having a detrimental effect on my kind of social skills, so to speak. I was actively not so much avoiding people, but actively keeping myself to myself, because it's like maybe like a method actor in a way. Like you got people, certain actors who want to embody the role in which they're playing on the screen. So even when they're not shooting the film, the actor will stay in character, so to speak. Will not let anything, because that's the best way to work, right? For better or worse, that's how they feel they need to do. So maybe it's a form of that where I don't know, whatever it is, that's what I'm doing. But I'm keenly aware that since my breakdown and I come back to work and different work things I've been doing since the changes and stuff, it's impacted me. Of course it has, and I'm keenly aware that I'm quieter now. I'm less social. I'm all these things and stuff, but I'm getting good results, if you want to call it that. So I'm thinking, I'm doing something good, but is that to the detriment of other things like social skills and things. And obviously until now, recently, these things that I've put in compartments in my head, they're slowly getting into my work things, and that's why I'm having the mental blocks and things. And I'm just finding it difficult to kind of obviously the fighting to get in, and I don't want them in, and it's all kind of it's a bit difficult, and that's why I'm here. That's why I'm off work at the moment. So we shall consult the script again. Where am I up to? Blah, blah, blah. So yeah, at the moment, as I mentioned, short temper, and even now, like, just I've got no patience. Obviously, with a child and things, it's you do all that, but if you're not a child, you're gonna get the full. If it's not like if I feel it's necessary or feel it's justified to do that, I just think, nah. If you're not a child, you're having it. You're having my wrath in some way. I'm talking about my partner, but that's a personal thing. I don't know. So yeah, I feel isolated. I feel emotionally numb. Like I say, a lot of the symptoms, a lot of things I was going through start of the year, the same thing. I'm more at peace by myself. It's just out of necessity. I did mention this in videos, in some of my personal videos, like my upbringing, my circumstances, and all the rest of it. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about that. It's just I've accepted it, and because of that, it might sound weird that I feel alone. But that's where I'm happiest. It's weird, there's not many people. Without going, I don't want to get too personal, but I don't want to mention relationships and things like that. But I find it difficult, and I've mentioned this. I find it difficult because I'm into films, retro games, and things. They kind of niche audiences. and because of what I know or what I want to know and things, I always want to learn more things about these movies, virtual games, that kind of thing. I can talk all day for certain games, certain films, certain this, certain that, but there's not many people I know on a personal level, physically. I can't go out around those house that I know and say, oh, I don't want to talk about this film, that film, this game, don't play it, whatever. So basically, I don't know what I'm saying. I'm going off, I don't know. I just feel that at the moment, currently, my happy place, relatively, just with my own thoughts and what have you. I mean, a couple of nights ago, I wanted to do it last night, but various circumstances prevented me from doing so. But the night before, I just had this. I mean, it's not as bad as last time, but I've headaches because of things. I lose attention quicker, and things grate a lot more people around me. So I'm struggling with that, and sometimes, like a couple of nights ago, I thought, you know what, this isn't helping. Being here, even on my own, is not helping. I need fresh air, and all I did was walk around various streets for 40 minutes on my own. Cold, coat on, hat, get a walk on. 40 minutes, just, oh, should I go on this road, that road? I knew where I was going, obviously, but I just wanted to have a little meander, just to clear my head a little bit. And I came home, watched a bit of Alan Partridge, and I was relatively right after that. I said, because some people, they got things up on walls because it's like mental health. It's like a month or whatever in October. October the 12th, I think, was the mental health day, and they had all these things plastered on the walls, like with the calendar and little things. And I can certainly subscribe to a lot of things they were saying, because obviously these were designed by, I'm guessing, people from mental health organisations, and they say like and it just comes to my head like, watch something. You can listen to a song. I've listened to a bunch of songs I like from childhood or whatever, and kind of put a smile on my face, so to speak. And I thought, well, I'm going to watch something. I don't necessarily have to be a bit too tired to watch a whole film. What am I going to watch? I can watch The Office. I can watch Alan Partridge. Watch some Alan Partridge when come home, and that put me in a good mood relatively. So things like that, thinking about things like that, and so on my own, watch it. Yeah, it's fine. Yeah, I am frustrated with myself that this hasn't gone, this has come back, this is always, but again, I was told at some point back at work, with someone else, a manager who had been going through, now and again he has mental illness and things, and he said, right, you understand you've got this mental illness, you've got to live with it. This ain't going away. You've got to find a way. And this is the whole rewind my brain comes into play. Like, okay, I've got to live with it. I've got to kind of do something to put these thoughts, these things somewhere in my head, so I can have them there. And they're there. They're locked somewhere. They're not going. They're just in prison or something. I don't know. It might sound weird, but I felt so living with it. It's kind of having to do. Well, out of necessity, because I'd be even worse. I'm sure I'll be even worse if I didn't do that, out of necessity. So, blah, blah, blah. I'm just going through. Yeah, care about my necessity. I'm going to make sure I get in all what I do, because I've got a scatterbrain. I'm probably talking a bit weird, going from one thing to the other and jumping around. But I want to make sure I say everything I want to say in this video. I was having oh yeah, I forgot to say this and things. So, sleeping with set that bit. Yeah, so basically, going back to Monday, even before then, I mentioned of all these off days and things, I thought, is there something more? I mentioned this to me partner, who I think was expecting, anyway. I have seizures. I have a lot of little seizures, little fits, and I don't know. I generally don't know why. It's to control emotions more than anything, but I can control them. I don't do them if people around me or people are within earshots, because some of them can be quite vocal. Obviously there's different ones. It's weird. I don't know. I've been doing them since I remember the first one. As far as I can remember, I was about 12. I'm doing variations of, it's control emotions. I've mentioned to my partner, and I think she understood, because she'd say, "Oh, stop with these stupid noises. Stop with what you're saying. It's silly and all that." And I think what it is, I'll just tell her. That's what they are. So I'm thinking, because of that, I think, is it something more? Is it autism? Is it something else? Because I did an online autism test on one of my bad days a few weeks ago, and it came up with results, like 15 multiple choice things. Comes up, I'm likely to have autism. And I mentioned this to the doctor on Wednesday and said, right, I just want to know if there's something more than just mental illness. Is there something? Because these seizures, fits, whatever you want to call them, that you don't do these if you're normal, So I'm thinking, is this always been with me? And because we're talking, nowadays you talk about our son, like even his kid, and the research going into looking for these things in kids is a lot more than when I was growing up. Because if you're doing something weird, you'll be just labelled weird. You'll be labelled slow, thick, things like that, and maybe the kids back then, they actually had a condition which wasn't really researched that well. Was a bit ignorance on the part of the teaching and everywhere else. Nowadays, they're much better at picking up stuff like that. There's a lot of people out there, kids out there, who are being treated for things that they probably wouldn't have done 20, 30 years ago. I don't know. So maybe I have had something more than what I've got now. But it is undiagnosed because it wasn't seen. They didn't really do that kind of thing back then. I mean, from my point of view, I don't know, maybe doctors out there who've been working for years, and they might say, I don't know if they're going to watch this, but they might say, oh, we've always been doing this and that. But to my knowledge, I don't remember. There's a couple of kids, if I think, that may have had mental things going on and so forth, which. But in the main, there seems to be a lot more research, a lot more care and attention to that kind of thing. Because mental illness is a thing, it's obviously, 1 in 4 people, I think, is a statistic, will have mental illness, or who does have mental illness in their life. That's a big number, 1 in 4 people. But anyway, I might be jumping around a little bit. I do apologise. I want to make sure I get everything around. So I want to say, awesome, I explain to the doctor, what I've been doing, what's happening, and so forth. She says, well, to be honest, you might be on the spectrum. I told her about the online tests. I go, oh, they're usually pretty good, these tests, apparently. But for me, most of all the questions were black and white ones, and black and white questions. And I was thinking, some of them I was thinking, well, sometimes this, but other times that one. So I don't know which one to do. So I was thinking, I'm not supposed to, that's why there's 15 questions as opposed to 3 or something. I don't know. But she said basically there's nothing in Stockport that currently we can't even diagnose this. So you have to go to Sheffield to do it, which is in the Midlands, and it'll take months. Testing autism for kids may be a little quicker, but adults know it's months apparently. But I don't know. I've got an appointment with the doctors next Thursday, a double appointment, just so I can talk more at length of things. I said to him, I do YouTube channel. I got a YouTube channel, do videos, and I've mentioned about the videos I brought out early on in the year and helped me out, and I'm going to make this one. Obviously, it's been a few days since I've come off work, and it's Saturday now, but because of things, I don't know. So she says, yeah, I don't know, just see what you feel like. And so she said some people don't want to be labelled as something, or see that as a crutch, see that as a thing to say, well, I can't do that because I've got this condition. I just want to know, for my validation, that these things happen because of this or that, whatever it is. I just want to know, do I have anything more? Is it something that has been undiagnosed for years? There's no way of me finding out if, when I was a wee little one, an age where I can't remember, where my nana was told, he should be alright, because when I was 7 weeks premature, and I had all these medical issues and things, and I had really bad balance and things. So some things I've grown out of, but I've got no way of finding out really if my nana was told, oh, he should be okay in life, but maybe later on in life he might struggle a bit. I've got no way of finding out off anyone I know. Maybe doctors. I don't know. I don't know. So maybe there's been something. Maybe say maybe a lot. Maybe there is. Maybe there isn't something that's been with me kind of thing for years. Has been undiagnosed until, well, whenever I choose to do any test. So what is it? What do I do? What is blah, 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 blah. So I'm just playing on my mind. Wednesday morning, the sick note. So I got sick note for 2 weeks. Again, as I say, down for anxiety and stress. Also, I can't read my writing. It's rubbish writing. Also, between now and then, organise appointments, mental health. Also, yeah. So I've been organising appointments. And I was told on the Wednesday before I left work, and I was having a 40-minute conversation with the manager, how I feel, what's been going on in a nutshell. Obviously, I can't go into too much detail. I don't want to. Whatever it is, he said, okay, when you return to work, we'll do a wellness interview, wellness meeting, whatever they call it. Which I had a couple of them last time, back in January, February time, whatever. And the options I had back then, in terms of, because they'll ask, what can we as a company do for you, kind of thing, which is a standard thing. You can mention what you've been doing and things, but they need to know that what they can do to help you, kind of thing. I can't afford financially to be off. There's a lot of things about income support which I need to kind of sort out myself, and that's my own thing. The money I'm getting is less than 40% I usually get if I'm off work, be it for whatever reason. And basically, the work streams, the campaigns, the job types which the company had back then, they have less options now. So I genuinely feel at the moment what isn't an option for me at the moment, I don't think, is exactly what I'm doing before I left, full time. I couldn't do that full time. I just couldn't, because the work I'm doing now was seen by myself and other managers as not suitable for someone like me with the anxiety and stress and things because of the nature of it. Okay, I'm back on that department. I think I've probably made a video or two about it in the past, and I needed, but there were more options then, which for reasons I won't go into, because they don't have them now. So basically, I went to the job centre yesterday, and I said in a nutshell, I'm doing this. This is this. Can I set up a employment help guidance, career guidance thing? Because don't get me wrong, I've been looking for jobs for a while. Some in the filmmaking, editing, that kind of side of things. Fortunately, however you want to see it, I'm more independent minded. I've done a lot of things off my own back or with a very small crew of people. I don't have the necessary skills or knowledge to do work for an actual company who they're not in the business of training people up. They want people who can do these certain software, these certain things, have a great portfolio, which I've got a portfolio, I've got a show reel, I can in theory do a show reel, but I don't have the confidence to say, here you go, because I know there's, due to numbers, I'm just going to be not so much laughed out of the room, but kind of like, we'll call you kind of thing. I'm not going to waste my time with certain things, because you read them and you think, yeah, I can't do that, so there's no point in going, because there's been more than enough people going for the job who can do all them things that they have in the job application. So yeah, so I'm gonna phone up later, maybe tomorrow, because I said they do it every day. You can phone up this number every day till 10 PM. Get job advice, career advice, things like that. That's a little mad. I thought it was Monday to Friday, but so I'm gonna do that later on tonight or tomorrow, whenever. So I'm just going to wellness meeting options. Yeah. So I don't think the work. I might be surprised, but I don't think they can do much for me, to be honest. For various reasons. So Yeah, headaches now and again. I was out today and I just drifted. I felt I was drifting in and out of consciousness and just things. It's weird. I don't feel tired, but in a way I do. I'm yawning all the time. It's tiring. It's mentally draining. You know, I am not myself at the moment. I'm short tempered. I'm all this and that. So today I was out. I didn't want to go out before. Okay, blah blah blah. I went out. Last night I went to a pub like a pub restaurant type place. We've been loads of times before, and I couldn't hack it. It was like Friday night, so it's like people were rowdying, people getting drunk and stuff, and it's not violent or anything. Just having a good time. Just nothing wrong. They're not doing anything wrong. They're just a group of people getting drunk, having a laugh and stuff. But my head couldn't take it. It's like closing in. It's too many people laughing, making noises, and after 5 minutes I said to my partner who was queuing up for the food, I said, doing that, couldn't take it. 5 minutes in there. No, I'm not. It's panicking. It's weird. I don't know, but I was having that last time. I couldn't go into crowded places where I wasn't in control. Like there's a door I can just pop my head out and stuff, you know. So that was a thing. That is a thing, should say. So I'm having that, like a little, not a panic. I didn't have a panic attack, but I was kind of panicking a bit. It was kind of weird. Blah, blah, blah. So I'm getting headaches more. I'm taking like herbal stress tablets and also headache tablets every day. I went to the cinema on Friday morning. I thought, yeah, I just want to get away from it. I'm fine in the cinema. Dark night, everyone's silent and watching films. Oh, it's A Star Is Born, which is a really good film. Quite at the end, you know. I'm a sucker for like emotional stuff sometimes, and obviously what I'm going through, what the film's about, and you know the ending. I'm not going to spoil it, but yeah, I'm emotional. I can't read my writing. Night tea. I said that bit. Yeah, basically I want to make this video since Wednesday, you know, on channel, and I do want to continue non-mental health videos. I want to make there's a video I want to finish off my notes and do it. So there are other videos of ideas and stuff that I've wanted to do, I want to do, and so forth. So it's not gonna just be updates of where I am and stuff. So there's a PS Classic on the way, which you probably know of if you're into retro games. So I'll make a video on that. So I'm going to do updates as and when. I want to continue the film and retro game stuff, don't get me wrong here. It's just obviously with things, it's been a bit awkward. So them's me notes pretty much. I've got things lined up, because I'm a scatterbrain, I've written things down. Thursday I'm doing this, Friday I'm doing this, whatever it is, I've written them down. I've written addresses down, things I'm going to do. There's other places you want to phone up and get some advice for. Just do things and we'll see what happens. So that's the long and, I don't know how long this video is, to be honest. I'm just, might be rambling, might be doing this. Well, I want to get things off my head. Again, it's an exercise in externalising things. It's getting things out there. There's more things, but they're personal kind of thing. I don't want to go into too much, but that's basically, you know, what's happening with me again. And I'm frustrated with myself, obviously. It's just that it is what it is. I'm living with this, and you know, at the moment, at the time, you know, it's getting into my waking moment kind of thing, where it's not just locked away here. It's kind of, it's weird. I don't know if this is making sense to anyone, where you put things, you suppress things, and you kind of like get into a routine or routines in order to get through life and get through the working day, get whatever. A method I had and I was using until recently is to look forward to something after work. What am I going to do after work? Make a list of what I want to do, what I want to look at, what I want to read, what I want to watch, anything. Just make a list of, you know, work. You know, work is what it is. Okay, but then what do you do afterwards? Look forward to something in the day. Look forward to something at the end of the week, whatever it is, you know. But until recently, because the whole thing seeping in, I couldn't have mental blocks. I couldn't do that, and because and I was thinking, right, I can't do that anymore. and taking experience from last time, and I know that this is a thing and that needs addressing, to beat it to the punch. So because obviously I want this thing to go back to the way it was, or even better, obviously, you know, and I want to do that. So yeah, so that's where I am. Without wanting to go over things all the time, I don't know how much editing is to do with this video. I'll just put it all in one block, and maybe people can watch however much you want. But if you've watched the end to the end of this, thank you so much for watching. This has been me. This is bearing what's happening. Lots of things that I've had to go through, that I had to write down and say, right, okay, because I'm scatterbrained. I couldn't do this without a script. I couldn't do this without notes, because I was thinking, oh, I should have said that, should have said this. So I have made arrangements, made appointments for this and that, you know, and I want to do other things as well, kind of like, you know, what's best for me kind of thing, because it's not, I mean, yeah, I've got things to do in my life, but, you know, yeah, it's what do I feel best at doing, what would make me better, easier, well, easier life, easier this, easier that, better kind of thing. I'm working stuff out, obviously. I'm not a finished article, so that's basically what I'm doing. So thank you for watching. If you any advice and things like that, you know, I'm all ears. You know, I did read, you know, a lot of people give me love and support and, you know, advice the first time. I did check it all out, and it was helpful and things. So obviously I can look at the things again, and obviously there's more research, there's more things to do, because this is a battle. You know, we've got to see it as that way. So yeah, so anyone, any advice, anything like that, please don't hesitate. Throw it all down in the comment section down there. If you made it this far, you know, well done, well done. I don't know. So thanks for watching, and that, and you know, I'll be back with an on mental health video very soon, and I will be doing updates as and when I feel the need to externalize things because of frustrations and things, you know. So thank you, and just, yeah, I don't know, see you later. Thank you, bye now.